Ziggity zig, back with more Tales from the Ladder, and this is a game sent to us by TapetalKarma, who places a barcode over on the European server, I believe, in the top left of King Sejan Station, and he's up against Rhastasynn. There's a Zerg down here in the bottom left, and I think, I didn't really see, I really should have paid attention coming into this, but it seems that TapetalKarma came in as a random, so he got Protoss, and so in pure sportsmanlike manner, he decided to let his opponent know that he is Protoss. So really, that's taking the part of random, which is I want to play the different random races. I don't want to try to mess with my opponent and make him wonder as to what the hell is going on. So Rhastasynn, if he takes him at his word, can probably try to figure out some way of dealing with a what's a Protoss build when you're Zerg? I don't know. I mean, like, I know you make units and you send them and things go. And you make corruptors or brood mothers. I don't know. I'm pretending I know absolutely nothing. It actually takes a bit more concentration to act stupid than the average person would think. This could be a one gateway expand, especially if Tapetal is aware that Rhastasynn is a Zerg player. So we want to do a one gateway expand where you can hide behind it and at least reinforce the one gateway semi-wall with the mothership core. But it does look like TapetalKarma is going to get up here and get in for the first scout. Doesn't seem like Rhastasynn is all that interested in scouting out. It's possible that this Overlord is way on his way over there with no speed whatsoever. Now, first thing Rhastasynn notices, excuse me for the burp there, but if you didn't notice, then maybe I shouldn't have said anything because I tried doing it all subtle-like. That's my subtle voice. When I want to be subtle, I try to go, whoa, that probe is getting a little bit caught out there, just trying to get in on that gas, and doesn't... I believe he did see, yeah. So he did see the almost completed spawning pool, booyah. And does try to get back. No, he's just going to patrol down here and have a look and see and wait for anything to come out, because this way he can see everything coming down off of the ramp, moving towards a third base. So that means that keeping an eye on the mini-map, that means that TapetalKarma can do quite a lot of things up here. Get his tech out, get ready to go, and get his expansion next. But there it is. He does see that move down. Wait. And then moves up to check for a second base. Doesn't see one, perhaps, and so learns that maybe this drone, all this drone was trying to do was try to see if there was going to be any kind of shenaniganry going on there by TapetalKarma. So now Tapetal has decided to just sort of move back here because Rhastasynn is not interested in Tapetal knowing what he's doing, in which case there's 4 Zerglings moving his way out, but here... Oh! Tapetal didn't go back up in the same spot, but now the Zerglings are moving back. I think this seems to be just kind of a scout. Here comes the drone scout, trying to wonder what's going on here, but the drone scout is not going to get much further than these 2 zealots, who may even kill it. Oh yeah, it's quite dead. So we've got a couple of more pylons going on in behind, possibly looking at maybe a little bit of sort of sneaky, but the Overlord finally did make its way over there. Just more gates there for TapetalKarma, so he's sort of able to hide his tech, but not really able to do it successfully. And now, ooh, Tapetal made a little bit of a random move there that caused the probe to get caught out and attacked by all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these Zerglings, and I can sort of count by rows of 8, but I can't really do base 8 counting. The mothership core is out, and it's ready to come over here and do a little bit of ranged defense up against, for this wall, whereas TapetalKarma is kind of worried about the... Oh yeah, the strength of the Zerg, and now we have quite a lot of Zerglings right now, and they are Speedlings, and there's the Baneling nest on its way down. Still, so 1 base Baneling bust, maybe, but with these 3 gates, TapetalKarma is just going to continue to try to get a few units out. So it's Sentry Zealot right now, with the mothership core in the front, with a little bit of vision to just make sure that you can see what's going on the outside. If you take a look at the income, Tapetal is quite a bit out in front so far as harvesters, which is kind of intriguing. There's double forge. So 3-gate, double forge. No upgrades though for Tapetal, because what is is happening here is that Tapetal has noticed a whole lot of Zerglings coming in. So now these Zerglings are just trying to find a space to turn into... to turn into Banelings. And there it is. Tapetal's got this Mothership Core on high alert. 10 Banelings on their way in. +1 has started. There is a robotics facility on its way, but I'm not quite sure. Other than a force field right here, and Tapetal is seeing this pretty much the entire way, and here it is. Perfect force field right there in the front, and with three sentries right up there at the top, they are just absolutely going to be able to take care of that. And so the Baneling bus did not work. It's time for rhastasynn to go back to base. The Mothership Core, Tapetal's Mothership Core, does chase it back a little ways, but now here is where I was making it immortal, but then decides, yeah, there we go, and we need a bit more vision. So he gets out the Observer. These 4 dudes are on their way back. There is a... oh, it's a lair on the way? So still 1 base, 1 gas, lair. Please tell me you're not going to just make a spire right after this, because this is all the things that win a game. Unless, yeah, if those Banelings were roaches and then he ran back and then he just went, woo, let's go Mutalisks. I'm expecting a spire as soon as that's done. If you take a look at what is going on right now for TapetalKarma, he's actually not producing any units until I said that, but he's just working on the tech right there. So there's the Twilight Council and robotics facility. So there could be some attempts at some blink play going on here. What is it? Nidus Network? He can't see anything. He doesn't have an Overlord up here. Why is he trying to go for a Nidus Network? I'm full on perplexed now, because if he had an Overlord that was still up there, yes, that would make sense, and then he could maybe try to put one up there at the back. So here is where TapetalKarma is going to get 3+1 Zealots up there. I don't think there's even an evolution chamber just yet. This is bizarre. Alright, so in they go. Oh, I see. There we are. So it's the Overseer, and the Overseer's on its way over here, and he is trying to do a move, but now, oh, Tapetal's moved his units right in amongst where all of rhastasynn's units are. So I don't know that it really did too much damage. There's the Nidus Network that TapetalKarma did kind of see out the corner of his eye. He does manage to force field that away, and then wow. In a weird way, aside from the fact that, well, rhastasynn was actually was slowly getting back into it as far as income goes. I think he wasn't going to win with any kind of shenanigans, so we just seemed to get out of that. I think rhastasynn could have made quite a game of this, because at this point, he still had a number of defensive units. I mean, not the greatest of defensive units, and they probably wouldn't have done much up against this, but you get your roaches and a few spore crawlers, you expand, you maybe even try to take 2 bases, and you could get back in this, provided Tapetal doesn't make any kind of counterattack, which he probably would have anyway. But leave me a comment down below, send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at ziggityzig. There'll be more Tales from the Ladder eventually. I'm not sure if we're going to do more Tales from the Ladder next week, or we're going to do some more live games. So, in fact, if you want to choose and let me know, then please do, and we'll see what we'll do based on that. We'll probably hear from, like, one person. One person is enough of a vote. In the country of one, whoever he votes for wins. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Stay tuned.